Good people, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Tate Clark Music, another review from Tate's Garage. Finally, we got the Red Hot Chili Peppers' new album, Unlimited Love. Did a little video about the tracks that they had cut earlier. The little snippets of the, the little appetizers that they gave us. So here is my review of the full album. But before we do that, like, subscribe, hit that Patreon page, hit the Etsy shop, buy some stuff, support the page, rock some gear. There's new stuff all the time. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you for all the support out there. There are things coming down the pipeline. So anyways, here we are with Unlimited Love, released April 1st, 2022. Runs an hour and 13 minutes and 13 seconds. Now, like I said, I was waiting on this album. I think a lot of us were waiting on this album due to it had been a minute since we'd had a little Chili Peppers album. Right? They had, Josh Klingenhopper was in the band, gave us a couple of albums. They were lukewarm received. And then we all got the news we've been wanting to hear for a while, that John Frusciante was coming back into the fold. Not that Klingenhopper's a bad guitar player. He's not. But John, like I said in the previous video for this album, chemistry in a band goes a long way, ladies and gents, or whatever you identify as. It goes a long way when you're in a room with some guys or gals or whoever that's feeling your vibe, that understand where you're coming from. And I think with Frusciante, that's how they feel. When these guys get together, they make great music. And Flea and Anthony Kiedis have been through some cats and been through some tragedy with drugs and whatnot, that I feel like the vibe that these guys get is a familiar place for them. And when you're making music with cats that you've got that vibe with, it's a special thing. If you've never done it, I suggest that you learn an instrument and you feel that feeling. There's a feeling of accomplishment. There's a feeling of joy. There are some heartaches. There's depression at times, but making music is a special thing in life. Anyways, Unlimited Love, April 1st, 2022, 17 tracks, 1 hour, 13 minutes, 13 seconds. That's kind of odd, but that's cool. Produced by Rick Rubin. So not only did they not only did John Frusciante come back into the fold, Rick Rubin came back into the fold, who is a great producer. If you don't know who Rick Rubin is, you've heard him. You just don't know it. He's done a lot of the Chili Pepper albums. He did Blood Sugar Sex Magic, which was their biggest thing, I think. Californication. Beastie Boys stuff. ZZ Top. Metallica. Johnny Cash. He gave us some of the best Johnny Cash stuff ever. So yeah, Rick Rubin, super producer. He would be on my list if I ever had the chance to pick a producer. Like him and Dave Cobb would be my two guys that I would just give anything to have them sit behind the console and tell me what to do or whatever when it comes to making an album. Anyway, so here we go. Unlimited Love. Talk a little gear. I talked gear before. I've seen some videos of the guys out promoting the album. I saw them on Kimmel. I think I saw a video of them on Fallon. It looked like Frusciante's playing some Marshalls, some JCM 800s it looked like. I did see maybe a Plexi reissue. I did not see the Silver Jubilees that I talked about in the previous video. And I didn't see a cleanish Fender thing. And to be honest, listening to this, I hear a Jubilee sound. He may have used one in the studio, but I don't hear that Fendery sound. I hear clean Marshall, which tells me maybe the plexi cranked up and the volume backed off of his guitar. Effects, he's got the same, 2-foot pedal board that he's been rolling with. There's an overdrive on this album that is ridiculously fuzzy octave. It may be a couple pedals mixed in. I did hear it live on the Kimmel thing. I would love to know what that is. If you catch a peek of that or you see them live and you get a chance to see his pedal board, drop a photo, hit the comment. I'd love to know what that overdrive is. It's fuzzy, octavey. It may be... It's not very Tube Screamerish, but whatever. So what are my favorite cuts? We've talked gear. Guitars, I want to get that real quick. Kimmel, I saw him, he used a red, like a Fiesta red Fender. I don't know the year. It's hard to date them things. It looked 63-ish, but it might have been a reissue, whatever. And I saw on Fallon, he used his 62 faded, beat up Sunburst Strat. So there's that. So, into my top 3. What are my top 3 off of this album? Let's see here. So we have to go with... where'd my track listing go? I have to go with my number 3 song is called The Heavy Wing. Now, why would I pick this? It is the 16th song. 5 minutes and 31 seconds. Now, if you've watched anything or about the Chili Peppers that I've done, or you know me personally, and we've talked Chili Peppers, my favorite Chili Peppers album is One Hot Minute, and it's like the least loved Chili Peppers album. Now, why do I bring that up? I'm glad you asked. The Heavy Wing to me feels like it's got that One Hot Minute vibe. Lyrically, like lyric delivery, musically, it's got some heavy guitar in it. It's got that Dave Navarro thing going on, but it's Frusciante, very much so. One thing that I have liked that Frusciante did with this album is he has interjected his love of the electronic music into this. That's kind of what he was doing while he was on his sabbatical from the Peppers. So he has injected that flavor into the band. Now, it'll be interesting to see them live and see how they pull some of this off. But, it's cool. It's cool they've added that in. But the heavy Wing, 16th track, 5 minutes, 31 seconds. To me, it feels like it could be on One Hot Minute. Which is cool to me. When I heard it, I was like, I'm digging that. Because like I said, One Hot Minute was one of my favorite Chili Pepper albums. I know they were in a dark time. I know Anthony Kiedis was going through some things. Dave Navarro was going through some things. But I just love that album. So there we go. That's my number 3 pick. My number 2 pick off the album is the number 3 song, Aquatic Mouth Dance. 3rd track on the album, 4 minutes, 21 seconds. Now this is classic early Chili Peppers with Flea funking it up. Chad Smith is in the pocket like he always is, and then Frusciante's arpeggioed chord progressions. This is straight classic Chili Peppers. I like it. It rolls well. And one thing that I really liked on this track, and something that was a theme in the album, was they didn't bury Flea's bass. I have felt in the past that Flea's bass gets buried a little bit in the mix, and this is really crisp. I'm not sure where they recorded this album, but it has that high def feeling to it. Let's see if I can find... It doesn't say where they recorded it, so anybody's guess, but I'm telling you, it's crisp. So Aquatic Mouth Dance. That's my number 2 pick off the album if I was going to hand you this and say start with these 3. 4 minutes, 21 seconds. Classic Peppers, funky. Chad Smith in the pocket. Flea slapping the shit out of it. Kiedis doing his thing. Frusciante doing his thing. Now, my number 1 cut off the album. Hard to pick the first cut off the album that I would say is number 1 for me. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's any of the stuff that they released previously. Poster Child or Black Summer. It's not that. There's not going to be that. For me, it is the song, the 13th song on the album that runs 4 minutes and 11 seconds, and it is called One Way Traffic. Ladies and gents, this is also classic Chili Peppers with that Anthony Kiedis cadence delivery that we have come to love, with that funk drum bass pocket that we know, and with Frusciante's staccato funky chord changes and progressions. I just can't get enough of this track. When I go to this album, I've listened to this album 2 or 3 times since its release. This is where I go when I start the album. I don't start it from the first track. I start here and then I jump around a little bit. But One Way Traffic, 13th song on the album, 4 minutes, 11 seconds is my number 1 cut off of this album. So there you go. There's my top 3. How do I feel about this album overall? 4 jams out of 5. Now, why 4, not 5? I know somebody's going to ask, and I'm going to tell you. Some of it gets a little different with Anthony Kiedis' vocal delivery, his cadence on the songs, and that's cool. Sometimes when singers age or whatever, they don't want to accept that. I don't know if that's the case with this. This is just my ear. But he is changing it up. It's not negative. Some of the techno electronic stuff is not my bag, but it's good. I think the anticipation for this album, and then the build up, and then we got it, and then it was over, and it's like, I don't know. And they're hitting the road, which is cool. It's not a bad album. Where does it rank in their all time? I'll let you decide. There are people that love Scar Tissue, like that track. There are people that love, the classic Under the Bridge, Give It Away. For me, I like some deep cut Chili Pepper stuff, like Apache Rose Peacock, Sir Psycho Sexy. Do not listen to those with your kitties around. Power Be Thy Name, the stuff off One Hot Minute, Warped and all that, like Purple Stain. Purple Stain is a jam. I like the deep pepper stuff. This for me, it's like top 3 for me personally. Albums, Blood Sugar Sex, Magic, One Hot Minute, this. Not in that order. I think One Hot Minute, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and this might be my top 3. But anyways, there you go. 4 jams out of 5. Hope you enjoy the album. Crank it up. Roll down the freeway with it. That's what it's made for. Listen to it around the house. Soak it in. The Peppers are back the way that we love them. They're hitting the road. I hope to catch them while they're on tour this year. That is a bucket list band for me. And if you don't have a bucket list of bands, or you haven't seen your favorite bands, do it. With the recent thing with the Foo Fighters, I regret that I have not seen them. One of the other bands that I regret that I have not seen is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. But the point is that you never know. And you never know when your favorite band will be off the road. My favorite band, the Allman Brothers Band, like that, they were gone. So get out there and see your favorite bands. Support local music. Support major artists. Just support music in general. Because without it, life would be such a fucking bummer, right? All right. There you go. Unlimited Love by the Chili Peppers. Brand new from 2022. Stay safe. Be kind to one another. And remember that music is love, and love his music. Until next time, ladies and gents, keep rocking.
My name is Veronica.